We like to tell people when you get pulled over by the police, it's best to know what to do at that point, or before you get pulled over is a good time to know what to do. Don't wait until you've made mistakes, made admissions, agreed to perform their silly tests that just are designed for you to fail and make you look silly and intoxicated even though you aren't intoxicated. So what I like to do is tell people right up front, if you get pulled over, you ought to know where your driver's license and your insurance are, because we all know that you're going to be asked to produce them for the cop. Have them available and ready. Police officers love to write in their reports that you fumbled around trying to find your license or you dropped your insurance card, and that's supposed to suggest that you're intoxicated. I suppose that every time a person has any dexterity problems, that means they're drunk, according to police training. Now, they'll concentrate on things like, did you look at them when you answered their questions? Did you have a blank stare on your face? That's oftentimes cited. When it comes to DWIs, they'll talk about the odor of an alcoholic beverage. But I'll tell you right up front, guys, if you drank an alcoholic beverage, you're going to have the odor of an alcoholic beverage on your breath. There's just no two ways around it. Consumption and odor do not mean intoxication. So what the police are trained to do is ask questions, and there's no good answer. The questions are designed so that whether you give what you think is a good positive answer or whether you fumble a little bit and don't give a good answer, either one of them works the same against you. And a good example of that is if you've had 2 beers while eating some barbecue. You get pulled over by the police officer and he asks you, have you been drinking? Well, if you say no, you're lying. If you say yes, you just admitted to consuming alcoholic beverages. Well, the proper answer, of course, if you have been drinking is, yes, I've had a couple of beers, officer. The problem with this is, once he hears that, he calls that an admission of guilt. So he's going to get you out of the car and check your eyes, make you walk on a line and turn around, walk back. Then he's going to give you the one-leg stand. The problem I see is that every one of these tests are designed to make you lose your balance. They're designed, if there's a video camera running, to show you swaying, to show you stumble, to show you do something that the officer will say tends to prove that you are intoxicated. I've always said that anyone willing to take a test, and if you fail, you go to jail, and yet they want you to take the test without knowing the answers, you'd be a fool to take that test, so don't take the test. Tell the officer you'd like to speak to Jamie Belage's law office. I tell people to put our phone number in their cell phone right now whenever you view this or hear our radio commercials or TV commercials. If you have our telephone number in your cell phone, you can just punch in DWI and it will come up under dwidude.com and call us. It's 394-3833. In San Antonio, it's 210 DWI Dude. That's what 394-3833 spells. If it's after hours, we have a live answering service that will answer the phone. If you're in an arrest situation or being investigated by the police officer, they will patch you through to one of our lawyers, either myself, Jessica Phipps, or Dave Sanchez. If for whatever reason we're busy on other calls, they'll patch you through to our Austin lawyers. The same thing works in Austin. So you've always got the ability to call and have an attorney at your, to answer your questions, to give you advice 24/7. If there's a videotape and the police officer interrupts you and tells you you can't call us, that's good for a jury to see. That's good for a judge to know that you had the mental faculties to say, I would like to speak to a lawyer and I want to talk to a qualified lawyer, one like works at the dwidude.com law office, and we'll help you.